Hello, everyone. Welcome to my episode today. Today, I'll be looking at what a tarot reader does during a session. Now, some of you have received tarot readings before. Some of you are just kind of have no idea, and you're like, what is a tarot session? So, I'm going to start with there's routines and rituals that every tarot reader will have. And it is kind of our way of connecting with ourselves, connecting with our clients, whether it be in person or online, and connecting with the spirit world and being guided by them. And so one of the things that I do, and I start with, I'll do breathing exercise to be completely here in the moment. And I also welcome you to be in the reading very powerfully, very right here, right now, to be aware of your environment, sitting comfortably, making sure that you can truly feel safe in this moment. And I also invite your people from the spirit world and your guides to join us to guide me. And I also, if feel guided, invite my spirit, my guides and my people from the spirit world to help me receive and give the best type of reading I can give. Now, I use music as well. I don't think you can hear the background music that I put on gently, but I usually, if I can, especially in person, but once in a while, I ask my client if they would like some background music, and I will put that on as well. Something very soft, very soothing. And so, before I even start into like the different like things that I will use in a reading, how about we look at what a tarot deck is? So I use quite a few. I've only got 4 with me today because if I started showing all my tarot decks, we would be here for 15 to 30 minutes. So I have different types of tarot decks. So each tarot deck will speak to us and play a different role in our reading. So example, the Urban Tarot really goes for either our biggest vulnerabilities and fears or our brightest beautiful light. Okay, so this is kind of my dark and light, but really goes into the shadow of things when it does really will get to the heart of it. Okay, so that's this one. The in between will kind of bring together, it will connect the one card and with the card that comes right after it as well. And so you kind of get like the perspective of both cards and not just the one, which I really like, because when you're trying to unblur things or get a bit more clarity, this deck really is awesome. I'm in the process of finishing up my Biddy Tarot certification. If any of you know that, this is her tarot deck. I love it. It's very down to earth, very black and white. If you're looking for something simple and that would bring you some kind of simple, clear clarity, if I can say, this is the deck to use. I really like this deck. I use it a lot with my younger clientele that want to keep things simple but to the point. And I don't just use tarot, I also use oracle cards. Now, I'm not going to say how I use the oracle cards because once again, we're going to be here for 30 minutes. But oracle cards are kind of like tarot cards, except for it's just a different angle, where the tarot cards will be the fine print on the newspaper. The oracle cards will be a bit more of the headlines, a bit more general when it touches our life. So that's what I use. I use oracle cards as well. All right, so now that we've dived into oracle cards, let me show you what I use physically to help me connect and to cleanse as well. So I'm going to start with the cleansing part. I use white sage. White sage is my favorite when it comes to protecting my cards, inviting my client to be here powerfully. As you can see, it's beautiful. The the energy, the smell. It's really one of those aspects that I absolutely use every time I'm doing a tarot reading. And so I will also take my tarot deck, and now it's still in the box, right? You can see it, but I will cleanse my tarot deck, and I will send the cleansing towards you and all that beautiful stuff. So I figured I would light it up and give you guys an idea to, in real time, to let you feel what that would be like in a tarot reading. So I'm going to put this aside a minute. I also use crystals and rocks, and let's call them stones and crystals. The rocks doesn't sound very sophisticated, but it's still rocks. So I use crystals that often I will put on top of my deck, okay, even while I'm speaking to my client in the beginning, and these really set the vibration, and the energy really affects my energy, and it will often affect the energy of the person receiving the reading. And so I have quite a few. This one helps connect with the spirit world. This one also has the same type of role. This one is a protection stone that really helps ground me. So does this. This is another really powerful protection stone crystal. Here's another one that's for feminine energy and whatnot. I'm not going to get into names because it's not a video about crystals, but I just wanted to give you an idea that I use crystals and stones in my readings. And right before I start my reading, I have these bells. They're Tibetan bells, and I'll give you a bit of an idea. And what these do is when I ring them that loudly, I hold them over my cards, and they reset the vibration and reset the energy in the cards so that they are completely ready to serve the client or you. So these are some of the really beautiful rituals that I use. There are others that use, there are different kinds of smudging, right? Not just white sage, there's different types. Some of them use, there's also the different subjects, right? So it can be a love reading. It can be a connection with self reading. It can be career or study reading. It can be, a relationship with someone. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be clarity in if there's conflict or if there's something that's not feeling right with someone in your life. It can be so many different kinds of readings. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because sometimes people are like, well, who's going to be the man or the woman in my life? Will I meet them in 6 months, or where, who will that person be? And as I said in my video yesterday, tarot is not a gumball machine. When I connect with the spirits and your guides, they're the ones that show me what decisions you can make right now and what paths are available to you, what choices are before you. And those choices will lead you to being more ready for what you want in your life. So whether it be a relationship or a type of job or traveling or whatever it is that you want to do, the tarot reading will help you have clarity right now. Especially in my types of readings. Now you have clairvoyants that are tarot readings. You have people that use numerology or astrology. I don't use those things per se. I connect very powerfully with the moon. But as I said before, I've previously been a life coach, youth outreach worker, and intervention worker. And I really believe powerfully in being in the here and the now, and seeing what's in front of us and allowing the spirits to come through to guide you, because they're your people and they know you better than anyone. So I think that's how I'm going to finish my reading. There's probably more details that I could give you, but I prefer connecting with you in a tarot reading per se. I will be sharing my tarot reading prices and whatnot. If ever any of you would like to reach out and want more information about my tarot readings, don't hesitate. I will send you all the information. It would be such a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed my video today, and I will see you on Friday for my next video. Take care, you guys.